This video will show you how to use the multiplication algorithm. Today we're going to use a simple problem, 42 times 4. We're working on, in this video, 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. By now you know several different multiplication strategies that you could use with this problem. But for today's video, we're going to show how partial product will help us connect what we know about multiplication to the new algorithm. Here I've set up a partial product box, breaking 42 times 4 into 40 plus 2 using the distributive property. I'm going to drop the 0, take 4 times 4, which gives me 16, take 4 times 2, which gives me 8, and that's 160 plus 8 using partial product. Now we'd like to show how the partial product strategy that you already know for multiplication connects to the algorithm that many people use for multiplication later on. The algorithm way is really helpful for multiplying because we can use this with 2-digit times 1-digit, 2-digit times 2-digit, and even larger numbers. So the multiplication algorithm is a strategy that you'll use a lot. Let's take a look at how we set a problem up using the algorithm. I'm going to take that same problem, 42 times 4, and set it up vertically instead of horizontally. Notice that I've lined up the ones column with the digits right above one another, and that the tens digits are in their place as well. This will be important as I'm using this strategy. The first step in using the algorithm will be to take those digits in the ones column and multiply them together. I've taken this bar and I've dropped it down to make a line that comes down almost like a short 7 there. I've taken 2 times 4, the numbers that are in the ones column, and that gives me 8. I write the 8 right under the ones column to show that those were the numbers that I've multiplied. If you look back at our partial product, that's what we did when we multiplied 4 times 2 and got 8 here. The answers are the same. Remember when we talked earlier about the distributive property and how we multiplied the 42, 40 times 4, and 2 times 4? 4 was distributed among both parts of that number. Going over to the algorithm, now we're going to multiply that same 4 times the 10 digit in 42. So again, I've dropped that bar to make an even taller 7 now. And now it's not just a 4 in the 42. Because of the place that it's in, it's really a 40, right? 40 plus 2 is 42. So I'm taking this 4, or 40, times this 4 that we've distributed, and that gives me 160. Again, it's just like what we did in partial product when we multiplied the 4 times the 40, dropped the 0, 4 times 4 is 16, plus that 0 that we've dropped. So you can see how partial product and the algorithm connect. The last step is something that you're used to doing with partial product as well. Once you've multiplied everything, the last step in partial product is to add those numbers that you had in the boxes, giving you 168. Well, the same is true with the algorithm. The last step is to add. Here I have 8 plus 160. I've just added those, and I've got 168. That's my answer. Again, partial product has been an easier strategy that we've learned along the way to guide us into using this algorithm that's more helpful for larger problems and doing it a little bit faster than setting up a partial product box. Let's try a different problem and put all the steps together. Okay, here I have 52 times 3. Remember, my first step after I've lined up all the digits is going to be to multiply those in the ones place. I'll bring down that equal bar to make kind of a short 7, and I'll multiply the 2 times the 3. 2 times 3 equals 6. Now I'm going to go multiply and distribute that same 3 times the number in the tens place. So now I'm going to take not a 5 but a 50, because it lives in the tens place, times that same 3. 5 times 3 is 15. Bring in the 0 just like I did when I dropped the 0 in partial product. And my last step, do you remember what that was? Add it up. 6 plus 0 is 6. Bring down the 5 and 1. My answer is 156. It may be helpful to think of the order of multiplying in the algorithm as a Y. What I do first is multiply the digits in the ones place, and then I come over and I multiply that bottom number times the digits in the tens place. And if you look at it that way, it helps you to make almost a Y shape so that you remember the order you should use. Let's use that Y strategy now to go ahead and finish off this problem. I'm going to multiply. First I'm going to bring this down to make that 7. I'm going to multiply the 5 times the 6. 5 times 6, that gives me 30. So this is a good problem to show that sometimes you're going to have 2 digits when you multiply those in the ones place. And then, let me bring that bar down again. I'm going to distribute that 6 times the digit in the tens place. 6 times, not 4, but 40. Keep that 0. 6 times 4 is 24. Notice that I've lined up all those place values, right, so that we can see what goes where. That's really important. And then I'm going to add those up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 4 is 7. 2 plus nothing is 2. So my answer is 270. That's how the multiplication algorithm works, and with practice you'll really get the hang of it. Hopefully this video has helped you to feel more like a pro at using the multiplication algorithm. This is another strategy that's going to be in your math bag of tricks, so that no matter what kind of multiplication problem you see, you can solve it easily using this algorithm. Practice, practice, so that you get the hang of it, and watch this video again if you need some reminders.